Okay, we are back and ready to style those pages. I went into my Contact Me page and I looked around and it looks pretty dang bare. So let's get in there and make it pretty again. So there's any way you could do your sub pages. So of course the home page we did was out of HTML template, and it was just off of something we got on the internet. But the thing with this one is there wasn't a sub page involved, but sub pages are pretty bare and they don't expect much. I mean, you can make it fancy, but as you can tell, the footer is already here and it gets carried over throughout all our pages, and so does the header. So really we just have to worry about the content in the middle. With the sub pages, if you remember, let's go to our layout. Okay, so we have our theme, our trade theme. So if you remember me saying page.php is every other page besides the home page. And so if we open that, you see we have our primary, our main, templates, part, content, and we just changed the H1 on that one. So we have content page, and here it is, content page. So this is the inside of that. So let's go back to here. Usually on this one I like to keep the sidebar because I like to showcase things on the side of the theme. But right now it's definitely not, it has zero style. So what we could do is, I see that in the theme that we put into our WordPress kind of uses a grid layout. And the grid, I see right here that they use call. So it's just like Bootstrap. If you're familiar with Bootstrap, you can kind of tell how to format it. So we have container fluid, which is cool, and that goes around it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dive into this. And this is definitely not a Bootstrap tutorial, but I can do that later if you like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of give this some styles so you have some idea of how you could style your page, your sub pages. And so this applies to everything but the home page. Almost everything. So there's also a 404 template, and there's also no results template. Like if you search and there's nothing there, there's a template there to style. But we're going to go ahead and change these IDs and these classes to accommodate Bootstrap. So I don't care about this primary. I have no care for that. So we're going to name this container fluid. Container fluid means that it's more responsive, and then it goes off of percentages. This says main. I don't want it to be called main because I'm going towards Bootstrap, so I'm going to change this to a div. And of course I got to change this guy to a div, and this guy to a div. Okay, so we have div ID. I don't need an ID on that. Let's see here, role main. Okay, we can keep that, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go like this. Let's use this grid as, so we have container fluid. So basically it's going to be the whole page, and it's going to have a little bit of padding on the right and the left. So now we need a row. A row is what's contained inside our container fluid. So we're going to come in, wrong page, come in here, and we're going to do row. So I want this guy to have like 3/4 content over here, and then the rest over here, the 1/4 over here. So we're going to do it like this. So a row is what contains different sections. So again, if you remember, our while loop takes everything within that page on the admin side. So what I'm going to do here, I'll format this later, div class, and we're going to do call, we could do 6 and 3, which is 9. We could do call 8, call MD 8. So that's about 3/4. And then let's end this over here after our while loop. So we'll take all of that. Div. And so on this div, we want a call, which is a column. So we want div class call. And so they're both medium, so MD and 4. So the columns have to add up to, they have to add up to 12. So just keep that in mind. Div. Okay. So I want my sidebar within this div. So the sidebar can automatically be pasted over there. So here's a warning. So this is HTML and this is PHP. This will error out. You will get a white screen if you do that. So let's put our PHP tags around this so it doesn't error out. Okay, perfect. All right, so we have our container fluid. Okay, let's see this out. This might have to be made into container. Let's see what our row. That might work. Okay, let's save this guy out. I really don't have much content in here to begin with to even format it, so we'll see. Oh, look at that. So it put our sidebar on the side. So let's inspect this. So if you look in here, our container fluid, it has the 15px on both sides that we called to it. And here's the row that contains our elements. Here's our column 8, and it's off of percentages. And then we have our column 4, which is over here. And the best part about Bootstrap is that if you move this guy over, they are responsive and they work. So obviously, I need content in here to make it look pretty and do all that things. And I definitely want to take this stuff on the bottom out. I hate it. It's garbage. So if we go to edit page, we could put in contact me like a form right here, anything we want. And then let's just go to all pages. And then quick edit and no comments, which will get rid of that box because that box is ugly. Let's do it to this one too. Okay, it's already there. Okay, now let's go to our front end, make sure everything is still working great. Sometimes when I change the sub pages, I go look at the front page just to make sure that it didn't have a ripple effect throughout our website. So let's go back to contact and boom, it's there. We just need to add a little bit of contact here. On the sub page, sometimes I like to put like a nice little picture up top, and I'll probably do that. With this guy, I'm probably going to put like whatever we need on the side. So that's about it for the sub page. You can do anything with it. So this is the widget area. You see this recently added. So our sidebar automatically contains widgets. So if you go to appearance and then widgets, sidebars, this guy is meant to take anything within here in WordPress. So I do not want my recent posts in there. Let's see, I definitely don't want that. That's from the old site that I no longer want anymore. But maybe, you know, I want a calendar. Not recent posts. But let's see, archives, RSS, search, maybe a search for fun. And you know, you can make your own custom widgets and that's kind of fun, but let's go like that. And then that should, there's our calendar and our search. Obviously we need a little bit of CSS up in here. One cool thing about buttons is that you can, Bootstrap already has like a lot of buttons already made that you can just, all you are with Bootstrap is just think about this, adding classes to elements that are already there to change their appearance. and then all the CSS is already done. And it's so easy and so fast. But okay, that's about it for the sub pages. But let me show you one more thing before this tutorial is over. If you click on appearance, and this is what I like to show people. So this is the theme that I just made. And all of this information was generated when we made it with the underscores theme. To get this picture on your theme, all you have to do is go to your home page and take a screenshot of the final product. And in order for it to show up right here, you're going to go over to your theme folder and make sure that the screenshot is named screenshot.png. No capitalization, and then WordPress will know, hey, that's the theme screenshot. That's what we should grab. And literally, you don't have to do anything else. It's just make a screenshot, make sure it's labeled correctly, throw it in there, and then you have your cool little design. And then you could download this guy, zip him on your desktop, and you have a theme ready to go from HTML. And remember, this guy only costed me $7. $7 for this theme, and we generated it right into WordPress. Now all I have to do is go make this content my own and change it to my own words and all that other good stuff. But anyway, if you have any questions about anything, let me know, and happy WordPressing.